Students, today we are living in a jet age, that is, in an age where people don't have time to wait. Messages are being sent and received instantly. We have many apps today to be in touch with our near and dear ones. Despite the prevalence of emails and text messages, everyone has to write letters at some point. So today we are going to learn how letters are written. Letters are an effective means of communication. It is an art of expression for various purposes. Basically, there are two kinds of letters: 1. Formal, official; 2. Informal, unofficial. A formal letter is written in formal language in the stipulated format, for official purpose. Like government officials, principals, teachers, manager of a company, newspaper editor, etc. For example, applying for jobs, inquiry, placing orders, inviting a famous personality, letters of complaint to higher authorities, etc. Students, you should follow some rules while writing a formal letter. The content of your formal letter should be as short as possible. It should be divided into 3 short, clear paragraphs. That is, introduction, body, conclusion. The content should be written in a serious, formal tone. For example, kindly look into the matter, hope you will oblige. The letter should be written in a passive voice. For example, during the interview, students were asked about their experiences. It should be written in a concise way and should be complete. Avoid using contraction while writing a formal letter. For example, the results are not believed to be accurate. Are not you diaresis, aren't you circumflex? Use formal and professional language. For example, the balloon was inflated for the experiment. Lecturers expect students to use correct grammar and punctuation in essays. Now let us see the format of the formal letters. In the revised format of a formal and an informal letter, all parts of the letter are left aligned. 1. Sender's address. It is the address of the person who writes the letter, or in short, it is the from address. 2. Date. Dated as on when the letter is being written. 3. Recipient's address. It is the address of the person to whom we are writing the letter. 4. Reference. Here, we write certain important details if necessary, referring the letter, serving as a background detail for the topic of the letter, such as registration number, license no, some dates referring to the previous letter sent with regard to the same topic, birth details, etc. 5. Subject. In this section, we can mention the main purpose of writing the letter as a topic sentence. 6. Salutation. The form of greeting depends on the relationship between the writer of the letter and the person to whom it is addressed. For example, sir/madam, dear sir/madam, or respected sir/madam. 7. Main body. It contains the main text and its style will depend on the purpose of the letter. It may have more than one paragraph, indicate changes in the subject matter, the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Closing. A formal letter may conclude with the expressions like, thanking you, or thanking you in anticipation. It is then followed by expressions like, yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours obediently, etc. 9. Signature. At last write the sender's name. If required, the sender can include his email and phone number following his name. 10. Enclosures. If the sender is intending to send any photocopies of some documents, certificates for reference, then the details can be mentioned as enclosures as the last part of the letter towards the foot of the page. For example, enclosures: a photocopy of the license, a photocopy of the hull. Now let us learn about the second type letter. That is informal letter. Informal letters are those that are written in a personal fashion with whom you share personal relationships such as friends, relative, family or acquaintances. 1. The content of your informal letter need not be very short. 2. It may have more than one paragraph, indicating change in the subject matter. Introduction. Body, conclusion. 3. The content of your informal letters should be written in personal or friendly tone/conversational tone. For example, when can I expect a letter from you? 4. The voice used in the content can be active/passive. For example, during the interview, I asked students about their experiences. 5. It can be short or lengthy, but the message you are trying to convey should be complete. 6. You are not restricted for using contraction in the letter. For example, I don't believe that the results are accurate. Do not do diaresis. Don't do diaresis. 7. Informal, colloquial terms can be used depending on the familiarity between the sender and the receiver. For example, the balloon was blown up for the experiment. Lecturers still count on students to use correct grammar and punctuation in essays. Format of an informal letter. 1. Sender's address. Every word in the address should begin with a capital letter. It is to be punctuated correctly. 2. Date. Dated as on when the letter is being written. 3. Salutation, greeting. It has to be left aligned. End with a comma. Relationship words are to be capitalized, for example, my dear father, dear uncle. 4. Content of the letter. Informal letters may have just a single elaborate paragraph on specific paragraphs for introduction, main content and conclusion. It is at the discretion of the writer. 5. Closing. Expression for closing a letter can be affectionately, coming, etc. 6. Signature, and the letter with your name. Students, there are few important points to remember while writing a formal or informal letter. The address and the names of the sender and receiver is mentioned in the question. Do not sign with your own name or Ziz. Do not forget to write the date in the correct manner. 24th of March, 2018. Diaresis March 24, 2018. U circumflex. The signature is preceded by yours sincerely, formal letter. Yours lovingly, informal letter. In most cases, there can be a few variations. Please note that there is no apostrophe in the word yours. Yours U diaresis, yours U circumflex.